sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
Trip yako ilikuwa sawa?
Trip? Oh,
business trip.
Where do you think Becky could have gone?
Msichana wako na boss Richard ni nani?
Mambo ya Joey, Richard, marafiki zake msijishughulishe, umesikia?
Okay.
hey.
For all your personal and business banking needs, SMS GROW to 0708 000 111. UAP Old Mutual. We've got you covered. Doing great things every day.
Do your gums hurt?
Yeah.
Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile?
All that in one toothpaste?
Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums.
Ah, Colgate Herbal.
Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Cabling tips. Use cables from a reputable manufacturer made from 99.99% pure copper and the best insulation. Use a certified installer. Scratch to verify and authenticate your cables. We manufacture and sing lives.
Sasa tuko na successful bidder.
Majina ni Esther Mudhoni Derito kutoka Nakuru County.
Ni namba gani ya shini na unique ulitumia kununua hii duthi?
Nilitumia 1488.
Uko na hiyo pesa? Leta. Wow. Hapa takurudishia 22 shillings Haya, kamata hii ndio receipt yako ya duthi, alafu hii ndio kifunguo yako. Swali ni je, how low can you go? Unaweza enda chini mpaka wapi? Bid, bid, bid now.
Close Up Deep Action with antibacterial formula and deep cleaning gel keeps your teeth clean and protected. Close Up Deep Action. Enjoy long-lasting fresh breath and more.
This is NTV.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. You're watching NTV at 1 this 24th of January 2021. My name is Zainab Ismail. We begin in Baringo County, where communication has been cut off in Tiati and KAPEDO areas as an operation to flush out bandits who shot and killed 3 security officers continues. Some 26 homes have been reportedly touched by unknown individuals in Toplen area of Tiati, forcing locals to flee for safety. Roadblocks have been erected and access to the region denied, even for journalists, due to the heightened insecurity in the region. Humanitarian organizations on the ground say access to basic necessities such as food and water has also been affected. Leaders from the restive region have lauded the security operation to disarm bandits and silence the guns that have wreaked havoc in KAPEDO and neighboring communities. The operation started on Monday following the killing of a GSU deputy operation commander and 3 other security officers later.
Mbaya kuliko mwingine ni kuna walifu, na hawa ndio tunatafuta. Tunataka serikali watafuta walifu, watoe na they are brought before the law.
Well, still on that regard, we're now joined through a phone link with Vivian Kibor, who is the Kenya Red Cross South Rift Region Manager and who is also the coordinating humanitarian activities in the area, in that particular restive region. Thank you so much, Vivian, for joining us. Just probably give us an idea of the extent of the humanitarian crisis at this point as a result of the operation.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. As Kenya Red Cross, of course, we are a humanitarian organization that supports any person in need of humanitarian assistance. And as Kenya Red Cross, we work with communities, we work with the government and other stakeholders while executing our mandate. So while undertaking our usual humanitarian activities in Baringo County, sometimes last week, we received information that some people have been injured. And as a humanitarian organization, we responded and did assessments to ascertain the humanitarian needs that arose from the situation and responded as per those needs. So the needs at that time were medical evacuation and shelter for the communities that were affected. Thank you so much.
Vivian, before I let you go, maybe have there been any reported cases of deaths and injuries that you've come across so far?
Thank you so much. So in our response, of course, we have supported in evacuating 12 people to various hospitals for further treatment. But for any other information, of course, pertaining any fatalities, I think the government will provide further communication on that.
We're also, I think, getting reports that some of the amenities like schools, churches, hospitals, markets have been closed down. How are people really accessing basic commodities and services at all?
Okay, so based on our experience in conflict situations, of course, there are some humanitarian needs that may arise, including food insecurity, medical support, disruption of normal livelihoods. And at this moment, Kenya Red Cross is still continuing with surveillance and assessment to ascertain the extent of this disruption of normal operation in the area. In the event that we have finalized on the outcomes and the needs that are there, the Kenya Red Cross will respond adequately to those needs as it evolves.
All right, Vivian Kibon, the Kenya Red Cross South Rift Manager there, just giving us an update of the humanitarian crisis in KAPEDO area with regards to the operation to try and flush out bandits in the area. We'll be getting more details from some of the journalists that we have in the region. Well, away from that, dredging activities have commenced in Lake Victoria to expand the Kisumu port by an extra 400 meters. The 4,000-ton dredger has today roared, a significant marker of the official dredging of the lake, which had over the years gathered silt, shunning away large vessels from docking at the Kisumu port. The exercise is to take up to 6 months and will spill over into Homa Bay County, where 6 other feeder ports have been earmarked for dredging. When complete, wider ships with a larger cargo capacity will dock here to complement the MV Uhuru, which has been transporting oil to Uganda, ferrying about 800,000 litres of fuel per trip. The African Union High Representative for Infrastructure, Raila Odinga, says this is a key step towards reclaiming the region's economic strength.
It was time that the Kisumu port was revived, and also the railway line was also revived. And as a result of that, we came and launched jointly the works at Kisumu. And you can see within that period of time, MV Uhuru has been afloat now and is now able to move and has been moving fuel from here into Uganda. It has already transported millions and millions of liters of fuel from here to Uganda. The other cargo ships are also moving and coming back into Kisumu. This is reviving economic activities around this region. Along with that,
meanwhile, Deputy President William Ruto is this afternoon expected to preside over a series of gatherings in Dagoretti South constituency. The Deputy President has been attending a church service in Nairobi this morning before leading a political gathering in Waithaka. And our senior political affairs reporter, Kennedy Mureithi, is on trail. We'll be joining him and probably getting more details of exactly the latest and the developments from that gathering and the series of church meetings. But first, let's just hear what Deputy President had to say in the morning.
Niwakumbushe pia Zaburi 113 mstari wa 7 na 8. Wakati mnafanya kazi ya kushughulikia watu kule mahali kuna wanyonge, Biblia inatufundisha kwa Zaburi 113 mstari wa 7 na 8 kwamba Mungu atawatoa wanyonge kutoka mavumbini na atawaweka watu fukara na maskini waketi meza moja na wafalme.
Now, local leaders and elders from Isiolo County have called for amendments of few contentious clauses in the referendum bill before a plebiscite. The leaders urged the two BBI principles to allow for further amendments that will ensure that all Kenyans are given equal treatment. Meanwhile, Baringo Senator Gideon Omoy, who led the campaigns in Isiolo, urged the local leaders to support the document as their proposals are looked into, saying that the proposed constitutional changes will foster unity and cohesion among the various communities.
Sikia wengine wamesema wajapata vitabu, wengine wajasoma. No problem, tuko na nafasi, tuko na wakati. Kwa vijana ukisoma pesa ambayo zitafika hapa Isiolo County wakati huu unapatanga I think 4 billion. Tunatarajia tufanye the tweaking, itafika 6, 7, 8 billion. 30%, 30 kwa 100 itaenda kwa kazi ya vijana.
Kwa hivyo hiyo per person arrangement itatudhulumu, na mimi tumesema katika ile mkutano ya wafugaji na yale yalisemwa na speaker, tunataka yaangaliwe. Sisi tuko kwa BBI, tumesoma BBI, zile vipengele tumetaja, tunataka tuirudie ili isije ikadhulumu wale wachache na ikafaidi wale ambao wako na population ya zaidi.
Well, the push for a new political outfit is gaining momentum in the coast region. Barely 2 years before the 2022 general elections, the political class maintained the coastal movement will guarantee them top leadership positions. NTV's Kevin Mutai also reports that Tana River Governor Dado Godana has declared his candidature for the position of chairman at the Council of Governors.
Politicians in the coast region, led by Kilifi Governor Amason Kingi, are setting stage for the 2022 general elections, jostling for a new political vehicle that will unite all leaders in the region. The proposed coalition aims at bringing together various political parties, among them the Shirikisho Party of Kenya, the African Democratic Union Asili, and Umoja Summit Party of Kenya.
Ikiwa pwani hii itaheshimika na sauti yake isikike na igoshe, ni lazima tuwe kitu kimoja, na mbinu na safari ya kuweka pwani kuwa kitu kimoja imeanza.
Their voyage on the Building Bridges initiative is only on condition that the proposed Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020 addresses all issues raised by the coastal nation. This is occasioned by the elusive regional unity.
Sisi kama wapwani tutaunga kupinga BBI, si kwa sababu Ruto anapinga ama Raila anaunga. Tutaunga kwa sababu inalinda maslahi yetu kama wapwani, na tutapinga kwa sababu pengine haitusaidii.
Wale wanaotusumbua ni viongozi vile vile waliochaguliwa, na sitataja majina. Mimi kila siku napigana watu watakaungu wapewe mashamba yao nikiwa kwa wizara. Wabunge wengine kila Jumamosi wako Mombasa Cement kwa sababu ya 100,000 shamba ile pale twasumbuana.
Ni lazima ifike siku ya kwamba Pwani iweze kuongea na sauti moja. Ifike siku ya kwamba Kilifi iweze kuongea na sauti moja.
Pengine hii pia ingekuwa ni opportunity nzuri ya sisi kuweza kujadili masuala yetu na kuyaweka sawa, lakini tumepoteza kwa kujiweka katika mirengo, na yakimalizika haya itakuwa tuko pale pale kwenye matatizo yetu ya awali.
Governors in the region are also aligning for the executive positions within the Council of Governors. Tana River Governor Dado Godana says he is in the running for chairman.
Sasa ni wakati Tana pigania space yake katika national government. Watu wameanza kubabaika, Godana anataka hiyo. Na siku ile nitasema nataka president, watababaika mara ngapi?
The COG elections will be held Friday. Kevin Mutai, NTV, Mombasa.
Meanwhile, the dispute between the Kenya National Union of Teachers and the Teacher Service Commission continues to escalate, with NAT accusing the teachers' employer of maneuvers aimed at crippling its operations. Secretary General Wilson Sossion was speaking during the regional elections in Kiambu County.
We never had these type of things. But our good angel has come and is telling government that a strong union is bad for government. That is the story. That a strong union is bad for government. We are not rebels. We are not fugitives in our country. We are professional teachers who are free and doing their work freely and independently. So the strategy and the methods of trying to kill the union with the narrative that a strong NAT is very bad. A strong NAT is bad. So we must deal with it. Lazima tuinyime pesa. Hiyo ni madharau. Tunasema wataondoka na walimu watabaki. So CBA 2017-2021 right now, let me tell you, when it was suspended July last year, it qualified us to go out on a strike. Even right now, an injury to one is an injury to all. And they started a campaign of, if you want to be paid, get out of NAT. That is discrimination.
From NAT, the Supreme Council of Kenya Muslim, that is SUPKEM, is urging the government, both national and county, to move with speed in bringing to an end the ongoing healthcare workers' strike to elevate the suffering of patients in public hospitals.
We call upon His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, to personally intervene in the health crisis. A success of the universal health care coverage he initiated depends on the cooperation of health workers, among other key stakeholders in the sector. The Muslim leadership is therefore hopeful and prayerful that the crisis in the health sector will be addressed soonest so that the country can be better placed for the post-COVID-19 recovery.
All right, on that note, let's take a quick break. We'll be back. Stay with us.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap with activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Maji, mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa? Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi, guy, what the?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Well, thank you for staying with us. You're watching NTV at 1. Now, by March 2021, COVID-19 will have officially been in Kenya for a year. The months past have offered some of the most difficult times for many in the country. The pandemic has hit to the heart of the nation, not only in healthcare, education and the economy, but has also left many desolate without a financial standing and wondering where the next meal will come from. Layla Mohammed paints the picture of the pandemic burden through the lives of two families.
Robert and Mary Gaku have lived in Nairobi's Makongeni estate for close to 4 decades. They have familiarized themselves with the surroundings over the years, so much so that they can literally maneuver its aisles with their eyes closed. Life in the dark has been the new reality for Mary, who until 10 years ago enjoyed the blessing of sight. But the lights went out due to underlying conditions that introduced a new normal to her life and those of her family members.
Tulipoana hakuwa kipofu. Amekuwa kipofu nyumaye, lakini maisha hayakuwa gumu sana isipokuwa wakati wa corona.
Hii macho yangu ilipotea kwa ajili ya sukari. Mimi mbeleni sikujua ati sukari ni ugonjwa gani. Ilinikuta tu ikaharibu macho. Nikikuja kujua macho imeharibika ndio nilijua ati niko na sukari.
The new reality forced her husband to make changes in how their family lives, thus had to ensure that his wife was under the watch of a caregiver at all times, even when he was away at work.
Mimi mwenyewe ni dereva na nilikuwa naona mtu ananipatia kazi, aniambia peleka gari hii na watu hao mahali fulani, mrudi jioni. Najipanga na wacha nimepikia bibi yangu kila kitu hapa na tafuta mtu na mwambia bibi yangu akitaka kwenda kwa show umpeleke. Siku hizi hakuna hata kazi moja hata ya mijengo.
The family says that despite the challenges and the dark times they faced, they always got by. However, in the last few months, things have become tougher as the COVID-19 pandemic has eaten into their livelihood. Robert's trips, which deliver their daily bread, have declined to a near zero, so he spends most of his days taking care of his wife.
Hana kazi, mzee yangu hana kazi. Tunangojanga tu ule mtu anaweza akatuonea huruma, atununulie chakula, na tukikosa tunakaa tu hivyo.
The dust and soot all over their house has never been an indication of dark times according to them. Even in their pain, they find time to share a laugh in memory of how precious the moments they share are to them. But even so often, Robert seeks a change in their lives.
Tunapata tabu na shida nyingi. Hata nyumba saa zingine tunalipa manusu. Na kama ingewezekana tuwe relocated from Nairobi twende nyumbani. Pale tunaweza kujua naweza kuacha bibi yangu kwa kazi fulani nami niende nitaweza kukaa na msichana wangu sasa pia anataka kufanya kazi ya kulima vile mambo yamekuwa magumu.
Hundreds of kilometers away in Busia County, we find that 39-year-old Jackton Peter Meso seated at his home in Bomotiru village. The father of 6 is seated outside, watching over the family's birds as he awaits breakfast. He dons a mask every time he leaves the house, and in this instance, in light of our presence, he however tells us the reason behind the need to wear masks hasn't well been articulated to him.
Tangu mwaka yanze, maisha ya COVID-19 imekuwa ngumu. Mwanzo kabisa kupata kuelewa maana nini inafuatilia kufuatana na hiyo COVID imekuwa ni shida. Unasikia tu wanasema, ingawa wanasema yes, wanasema kuna COVID, but kuelewa ni ngumu, unashindwa nani atakuambia hivi ama uelewe inaenda aje. So challenge yenye hapo kubwa ni kupata tu ufahamu wa COVID-19 inaendaje ama vile ina affect kwa mwili.
Even with the little knowledge he has, he says that it has been important for him to ensure that everyone in his home is safe from the COVID-19 disease that has claimed the lives of more than 1,700 people in Kenya over the last 10 months.
Siwezi sema ni corona, but tangu corona ianze ni vile tu kusikizo hisia labda kitu kama homa ya kawaida, ingawa siwezi sema ilikuwa corona ama huenda ilikuwa, but at least nimejaribu kujikinga vile naenda, kichwa kuuma, maumivu tu kidogo kidogo, nimejikinga ku make sure hakuna mtu anaumia kwa familia.
Like many Kenyans, Jackton knows too well the economic heat the virus has served the nation and speaks of a more difficult experience trying to put food on the table for his children.
Tangu corona kuanza, pesa ingawa sina kazi yenye naweza sema ni kazi, ni kuishi kwa kibarua tu kidogo kidogo. Mahali wa kutafuta msaada pia watu wamekuwa wagumu, wanaleta porojo mingi wakati wanafaa kusaidia.
Leila Mohamed, NTV.
Now, youth from Kuresoi are calling on the government to reform the Sexual Offences Act to punish actual criminals and not those wrongly accused. This comes after former Chief Justice David Maraga highlighted the issue in December last year, stating that some young men are forced to serve long prison sentences, yet the victims are all of the same age. Owing to the sensitivity of the matter, the former CJ, however, stated that the review should not involve those found guilty, especially older men who take advantage of young girls. The youth are now backing up Maraga's sentiments while asking the government to review the matter.
Former CJ Maraga, ripoti yenye ametoa yeye mwenyewe, amesema pale jelani watu wenye wako jela wamefungwa wengi ni vijana. Ukijaribu kuangalia ni nini wamefungiwa, ni allegations za rape cases. Tunaomba serikali wafuatilie vizuri, kama kuna mtu amewekwa ndani bila hatia aondolewe kulingana na vile Maraga amesema.
Unakuta kwamba kuna familia ambayo wanaweza kuweka trap familia fulani, kwa sababu hiyo familia ya kijana wako na pesa, wanaweza kufanya trap wasingizie msichana yao kwamba atini yeye ndio amefanya development cases ili waweze kuitisha pesa. Tumeona cases mingi ambayo wanafanya kesi ya kwamba ya development anaitisha familia ya kijana pesa mingi ili waweze kumaliza hiyo maneno nyumbani.
Now, the world continues to celebrate the life of radio and TV icon Larry King, who passed away on the 23rd of January this year at the age of 87. Many remember King for his charm and charisma. His iconic talk show, The Larry King Live, saw him host an array of guests for 25 years in his talk show. Larry King Live on CNN, from world presidents, sportsmen and women to celebrities. He had reportedly been battling with COVID-19 for weeks and had developed other health problems in recent years. Tributes from the media, politicians and Hollywood stars poured in, led by Putin, who hailed the interviewer's great professionalism and unquestioned journalistic authority. In an emotional last Larry King Live show in 2010, tributes included one from President Barack Obama, who in a video message called King one of the giants of broadcasting. Larry was married 8 times and leaves behind 2 children.
If you were on the Larry King show, it didn't matter. You felt like you made it. And that was it. And everybody knew Larry King, CNN, Larry King, it was synonymous.
Well, you know, for some of us who are in this industry, the media industry, and looking up to Larry King, he indeed was a legend, and rest in peace indeed. We have lost an icon indeed. Let's now take a look at stories making headlines in the world of sports. BetKing Premier League action will continue this afternoon when Kariobangi Sharks will take on FC Leopards at the Kasarani Annex. Sharks are 4th in the log, while Ingwe are 6th. In other fixtures, KCB will play Western Stima at Afra Stadium as Kakamega Homeboys host Bidco United at Bukhungu Stadium. On Saturday, defending champions Gor Mahia was stunned 1-0 by top-flight returnees Vihiga United at the Kasarani Annex. Dennis Simiu scored the all-important goal for Vihiga in the 86th minute. Meanwhile, Tusker FC beat Zoo 2-1 to move top of the table with 20 points.
Alifungia Vihiga United bao hilo. Kumbuka kwamba katika mechi ya kwanza timu hii ya Vihiga United
And Thika Queens maintained their place at the top of the zone FKF Women Premier League after thrashing Kayole Starlet 7-0 at the Thika Stadium. Fauzia Omar gave Thika Queens an early lead with her goal in the first minute before Lydia Wagenda added the second goal in the 5th minute. Mwana Halima Adam netted a goal in the 21st minute that closed off the half-time scores at 3-0. Lucy Khumba scored the 4th goal in the 75th minute as Win Kate Kenywa went on to add the 5th goal for Thika Queens in the 75th minute. Mwana Halima went on to cap off her brace in the 85th minute before Sarah shot the final goal for the Thika Queens in the 91st minute. Meanwhile, in Zone B, Kisumu All Starlets failed to maintain their second position after Trans Nzoia Falcons forward Martha Karani netted a goal 3 minutes past stoppage time at the Kenyatta Stadium, closing the scores at 1-0. And the new season of the Kenya Volleyball Federation National League action has entered day 2 across the country. This afternoon, women's defending champions Kenya Prisons will open the campaign against KCB at the Nyayo Gymnasium. Prisons head coach Josp Barasa is optimistic that his team will defend their title this season. Yesterday, KCB registered their first win after beating DCI 3-0. Meanwhile, men's champions GSU served off the new season in style, beating Kenya Prisons 3-2 before registering the same win against Equity early today at the Nyayo Gymnasium.
Mwaka huu nimekuwa na matarajio mema. Tunatrainia pale Nairobi West Prisons na so far siwezi sema kuna jambo lolote. Tumefanya mazoezi mazuri na tuko tayari kuendelea na game ya weekend hii.
And Manchester City came from behind to beat Cheltenham Town 3-1 at Wadden Road Ground to proceed to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Alfie May put Cheltenham ahead in the 59th minute before Phil Foden levelled for City in the 81st minute. Gabriel Jesus scored the second in the 84th minute as Ferran Torres scored Manchester City's third with the last kick of the game. This afternoon, Chelsea will take on Luton Town at Stamford Bridge. Brentford host Leicester City at Brentford Community Stadium as Fulham play Burnley at Craven Cottage. Tonight, Manchester United will welcome Liverpool at Old Trafford. Well, we hope Liverpool fans will not be crying as usual when this match ends tonight. That's all we had lined up for you at 1 p.m. Thank you so much for joining us. More news later on in our subsequent bulletins. Stay with us and enjoy the rest of your viewing. My name is Zainab Ismail. Good afternoon.
This is NTV.
Presenting the new Harpic Bathroom Cleaner. Compared to ordinary detergents, its thick formulation gives you superior cleaning and kills 99.9% of germs and viruses all around the bathroom. Blue
For the toilet.
and red
For the bathroom. I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap with activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
Pants is just for me. It really feels very comfy.
Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
Mzungu alikuja hapo kitambo akapata watu wanachimba gold. Is this a gold mine? Then Muluya akasikia akasema, hii ni kolomani.
Fun and food got together beautifully at GMC Place. Enjoy our succulent meals in a serene setting with a varied choice of fun games for the little ones. Cup it up with a cuppa or a cocktail, all available to your taste. Make your reservation today on 0701 560 560.
Despite the setback and challenges, George was determined and founded Agri-Tech Organic Farm Company na bado anakiuka nayo, which means going beyond and breaking barriers.
So kazi yenye tunafanya hapa ni ukulima wa wadudu na worms and insects. Now what we have here is now the ready vermicompost.
Mbona soil iko wet?
The reason as to why it's wet because when we are feeding tunazipea mbolea ya ng'ombe yenye ni moist kiasi. At times it might be a challenge ukishake pore pore. Worms zitaenda chini. So it requires you move very fast.
And when it comes to organic farming, tunaweza kiukaje na ni benefit gani hizi vitu zinatuletea?
Tumekuwa tukitumia chemicals here and there, and this has led into a challenge of food security. But now when we come into organic farming, first we work from the soil up to the plant.
Tuzidi na Hustle in association with Safaricom.
Time ya God ni time ya God. Hallelujah. What they up to, we're not in studio or on stage.
That's what I do right now.
That's when my family is so big.
Hapa tunakuletea updates zote about all the trendy and popular entertainment events kuanzia Kenya, East Africa and Africa.
NTV, turning on your world. The following program has been rated GE. It is therefore suitable for general family viewing.